Hey there, and welcome. In this module, we're starting with one of the most important questions in design. What is graphic design? We'll explore not just the definition, but also why it matters, how we experience it in everyday life, and how it can become a powerful tool in your hands, whether you're here out of curiosity or considering design as a career. So, grab a notebook, or just your attention, and let's dive right into it. Here's what we're aiming for in this lesson. By the end of this session, you'll understand what graphic design actually is, not just what people think it is. You'll learn the real purpose behind visual communication. Spot where graphic design shows up in your daily life. And hopefully, start seeing design as a skill you can grow and even turn it into a career. Sounds good? Let's go. Graphic design is a form of visual communication. Now, what does that mean? Well, think about how we usually communicate. We speak, we write, we text. But graphic design communicates visually, using image, typography, colors, and layout to deliver a message. And here's a key point. It's not just about making things look cool or pretty. It's about solving a problem. Every decision a designer makes, whether it's picking a font, choosing a color, or placing a photo, is made to help someone understand something better. In short, design is visual problem solving. So, why should we care? There are three big reasons. It helps people understand faster. Imagine a wall of text explaining global warming. Now, imagine a clean infographic showing temperature changes. Which one would you understand quicker? It builds trust and credibility. A messy, inconsistent design can make even a great brand look unprofessional. But clean, intentional design, it tells people we know what we are doing. It grabs and keeps attention. In our digital world, attention is everything. If your design doesn't stand out, it gets scrolled past. Good design makes people pause, engage, and remember. Now let's talk about real life. Design is everywhere, even if you don't notice it at first. Think about social media posts, product packaging, road design, app interfaces, event flyers, logos on your clothes or gadgets. All of these were intentionally designed. Once your eyes are trained, you'll start noticing design decisions in even the smallest things. Here's the deeper idea behind it all. Good design creates connection. It connects people to ideas, brands to audiences, causes to communities. Because it's not just about clarity, it's about emotion. The right visual can make someone feel inspired, informed, or even moved to take action. Let's clear up a common confusion. Design is not the same as art. Here's the difference. Art is self-expression. The artist is sharing their story or perspective. Design is communication. The designer is helping the audience understand something. So in design, you're not creating for you. You're creating for someone else, with a clear purpose in mind. Graphic design has ancient roots. Think about cave paintings, where humans used image to tell stories long before written language. Revolutionary posters. These are powerful visuals used for political messages. Branding in the industrial age. Companies started using logos to build identity. And now, we're in the era of UX/UI design, mobile apps, and AI-generated visuals. The tools change, but the purpose, which is communicating visually, stays the same. Graphic design isn't done in a vacuum. There are usually 4 key elements involved. The designer, that's you, or the creative solving the problem. The client or stakeholder, Is this the person or group who needs something designed? The audience? These are the people you're designing for. Their needs are at the center. And the tools. Think Canva, Photoshop, Illustrator. These are what you use to bring your ideas to life. Great design happens when all four of these are in sync. Here's a real workflow of how design works. Someone has a need and says, "We need a logo for our startup." Then you offer a visual solution. Here's a modern, tech-inspired logo. And then you test it. Does it work across platforms? Does it make sense to our audience? This process of understanding, creating, and testing is known as design thinking. And it's the heart of what designers do. Let's bring this down to earth with some examples. The Nike swoosh. One shape, no words, instant recognition. Google's homepage. Simple, minimalist, and user-focused. NGO posters. Using bold imagery to tell emotional stories and raise awareness. Design, when done right, is invisible. It just works. Big companies aren't the only ones who need design. Small businesses, absolutely. Schools and universities, definitely. Church and community centers, yep. Every group that wants to communicate something needs a design. It's a universal skit. Now, here's a fun fact that'll stick with you. 90% of the information our brain receives is visual. And we process visuals 60,000 times faster than text. So when you're designing, you're tapping into the most powerful part of human communication. So what separates bad design from good? Here are a few signs you've done it right. It's intentional. Every element has a purpose. It's clear. The message is easy to understand. It's balanced. Everything feels visually harmonious. And it's emotional. It makes people feel something. Good design isn't loud. It's effective. Now let's talk about what to avoid when you're starting out. Overcrowding. Don't stuff your design with too many elements. Simplicity is powerful. Bad font choices. If it's hard to read, it's not working. Poor alignment. Make sure things line up. A clean layout means professional look. And no visual hierarchy. Decide what you want people to notice first. Make it stand out. Every mistake is a learning opportunity, but it helps to know them early. One final reminder, nothing in design is accidental. White space isn't empty. It's space that gives your design breathing room. Typography and color speaking their own visual language. And your layout guides the viewer's eyes from point A to B. Once you become intentional, you move from just making things to designing experiences. Let's wrap up with 5 big things to remember. Design means visual problem solving. It's about communication, not just decoration. It's everywhere in daily life. Good design follows principles and has clear purpose. You don't need to be an artist to be a designer. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on what we've learned. Ask yourself, what is the main goal of graphic design? How does design differ from art? Why is graphic design considered a form of problem solving? Where do you see examples of design in daily life? What makes a design good according to this lesson? Take a few moments to jot down your answers. If you are curious to go deeper, here are a few free helpful resources to explore after this lesson. Feel free to browse at these at your own pace. They'll expand on what we discussed here, with examples, visuals, and even short practice activities. Congrats on completing this module. You've now got a solid foundation and hopefully a new perspective. Design is more than just aesthetics. It's how the world communicates. In the next module, we'll start learning the basic principles behind every great design. You're officially on your way to thinking like a designer. Thanks for learning with us. See you in the next session.